Alberta's moratorium on renewable energy projects is over. A 7-month pause ended in February, but now the UCP government is preparing new restrictions on where wind and solar can be built.
We want to make sure that we're not compromising prime agriculture land, because some things are not consistent with dual use, and we want to make sure that that landowners are ultimately protected.
Alberta already announced restrictions on projects within 35 kilometers of pristine viewscapes and prime farmland, but now the province is considering adding buffers around native grasslands as well as farmland that is irrigated or could be irrigated.
Possibly 36 to 39% of Alberta will no longer be available for development.
Conservationists believe the move is rooted in politics rather than science.
We want to see those restrictions applied across all industries, because otherwise they're not going to effectively protect what we feel are the most important and most sensitive regions.
On Wednesday, City News asked the Environment Minister for an update on the rules and if they will also be applied to oil and gas producers, but she refused to answer.
I'm happy to pass those questions on to Minister Neudorf.
A statement from his office said the rules for solar and wind will not be the same as oil and gas because different projects have different impacts. A wind turbine, for example, blocks more horizon than a pump jack. The NDP insists the UCP was wrong to bring in a moratorium in the first place. The Pembina Institute says 53 wind and solar projects were abandoned in Alberta after it was announced.
We know that that was a mistake from a jobs and an investment perspective. And, our caucus will continue to champion for diversifying the energy sector.
But the Premier is not backing down, promising the rules, whatever the final details, will protect land and landowners.
There's lots of places in Alberta to be able to develop wind and solar. Rooftop solar in particular on buildings, commercial developments, industrial developments, homes. We'll be working on ways to be able to incentivize that.
The government says their new renewable buffers are still being determined, and Albertans will have a clearer picture of what those will be by the end of this year. From Edmonton, Sean Amato, City News.